Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Perell. Many of you may know me already from the St. Francis Pet Hospital in Darby, and some of you may not. I'm here to talk to you today about the position as a precinct captain here in Precinct 1. I've been the captain for the past 4 or more years, and really not much has come of it. I'm supposed to go out door to door, knocking on doors and meeting people and telling you to vote Republican. This is a very large area to do that in. I tried doing a mailing at one time, and I got a list from the Montana GOP. After going through it with a number of people that know who's in this area, I ended up with a 50% list of possible people to mail to. I mailed out those 350 or 400 letters. Half of them came back not deliverable. Needless to say, I had no way to reach you unless I went door knocking, which I hadn't planned on doing. By the way, I'm going to refer to my notes here to make sure I cover all I need to. Anyway, my wife and I have been precinct captains for the past several years, as I mentioned. Well, some gentleman has stepped up to the plate and said he'd like to be the precinct captain here in Precinct 1. And God bless him, and may he do it. Didn't even bother to read his name. I'm willing to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't find any pleasure in doing it. A couple things you need to know. The situation with my wife and I is that we work as a team. There's no one running against her. But if I don't get elected in, she will just resign and we'll be finished with this. The other concern I have is not speaking badly of the other gentleman running, but the only way I think he possibly got this opportunity was through the current Republican Central Committee here in the Valley. I will not be attending those meetings if you elect me in. I find very little value in them. I went to them for several years, and fundamentally all they talked about was activities, not about legislation, not about vetting candidates. Matter of fact, they feel vetting candidates is not something that they should do, which I totally disagree with. I think we should help you guys find the best candidates. Their whole message is go out there, knock on doors, and tell people to vote Republican and go to the Lincoln Reagan Trump dinner, rada rada boom die, and let the candidates go ahead and tell you what they want you to hear. I'm not a political animal by any means, and I really choose not to be. Why did I get involved in this? Well, I'd been voting for obviously many years, and the only thing we knew about the candidates, unless we read their blurbs in the newspaper, were the yard signs. So who do you vote for? How do you vote for it? I hope the RCC would give us the information we needed to make some good judgmental decisions. That did not appear to be the case. There was a riff in the RCC. That's a story I'll share with you in another one of these presentations. And then there was a riff after that, which was a rather comical parting of the ways. And then there was another riff after that. So it's really a very dysfunctional group. I think the bottom line here is we need to recognize that we have to be responsible for the people we vote in and who represent us. And we need to take an active role in that. That's very difficult since the information is given to us according to how they want it given to us. My role is to seek any truth I can find and to share that with you. We've had people call us early on regarding the late-term abortion bill. That bill was so circuitously written, people didn't know what they were voting for. Totally unfair. Why would they do that to the bill? People said, if I check this way, am I voting for it or am I voting against it? I would think that's rather nefarious. We also have people calling us saying, who should I vote for? I'm going to tell you now the people I support at the moment. There's a few others I'm going to add to the list. I support Kathy Love. I did support Teresa Manzella and Kim Daly. You might not like what they say, but what I like about them is what they say, you know they mean it. They're not going to tell you one thing like some of these other candidates I've run into and then do another. And that's what I'm looking for. Tell us what you believe and let us see if we can change your opinion. The other thing is we are passing way too many laws. Last legislature, over 4,000 titles, which were, hey, this is a possible bill, were presented to the legislature. 1,700 of those were done well enough to be presented to the Congress and the Senate. Of those, 800 passed. Excuse me? More laws for what? As far as I'm concerned, these politicians are doing nothing but scoring points by saying, look at my score for the number of laws I passed. I think we ought to be going in there getting rid of laws. You may feel like, well, how can we do that? We're just out here by ourselves. Oh, no, we're not. We know people up and down the valley. If we're going to get these people that we want voted in, then we need to call people in the other parts of the valley and explain to them why they need to get these people voted in. We can influence. As a matter of fact, we need to go to the state level. As you might know, 9 of our Republican legislators flipped in the last legislative session and joined the Democrats in terms of voting on many bills. It had a significant impact on the ability for the Republican agenda to be passed. I will bring those out to you at later dates. You can even reach into those counties. You can call people that are friends of yours, acquaintances, and tell them why they need not vote for those people and find someone else worth voting for. Anyway, once again, uh, as I said, I won't be attending the meetings. I don't find much value in there. We have to start vetting candidates. Uh, the and I'm willing to do this, and my wife will stick with me. She's more interested in stopping than I am. But again, if she chooses not to, I'm sorry. If I am not elected, and then she'll just resign, and we'll go on our merry way and leave this political mayhem to itself. Thank you.